It's fairly safe at this point to say that 2020 has not been a good year. In fact, it has been a bit of a disaster, and the running joke at the moment is that everyone will be staying up till midnight on December 31st, not to see the new year in but to make sure the old one leaves. But, of course, no magical reset is going to occur in January. Things will probably continue to be tough for some time, or, if some famous prophecies are to be believed, 2020 might just be as good as it's going to get for a while and will pale in comparison to what lies ahead. The reality is no one knows what the next 12 months will bring. People are generally optimistic at this time of new beginnings and fresh starts, and that all good and well. But these prophecies, taken in the context of the state of the world at present, should serve as a cautionary reminder, if not an outright warning, of what the future could hold. So, today we are going to talk about top 5 dire predictions for 2021. So let's not be late. Let's see what it is. Number 5 is cyborg soldiers. Once the topic of science fiction stories and far-fetched fantasy, human-machine integration has become a reality and is rapidly on the rise. Remarkable, then, that Nostradamus appeared to predict the advent of cyborg soldiers in 2021 nearly 600 years ago. As disturbing as the notion of an army of cyborg soldiers is, there is some good news here. According to the French astrologer, they will come to save us. However, he seems to suggest that they will be American and, given the country's history of unwanted military intervention, such aiming is perhaps something the world could do without. What truly remarkable here is that there is currently rapid advancement in human-machine hybrid technology and that its military applications are the ones being most aggressively explored. It stands to reason that America will be among the first nations to unleash cyborgs on the battlefield. So, once again, it would seem as if Nostradamus' prediction is set to come true. Number 4 is asteroid encounter. There sure is a lot to worry about for 2021 and, in case you keeping track, you can add in a potential asteroid strike. Potential, because the man who made the prediction, Nostradamus, according to his prediction, it is not clear on whether or not the celestial body will actually strike the Earth, saying only, in the sky, one sees fire and a long trail of sparks. That does not sound too bad. But then, the event is not necessarily a disaster in itself but rather a kind of harbinger of the general doom and gloom we can expect in 2021. But if a giant asteroid was heading our way, would not we already know about it? Yes, we would. And we do. NASA is currently tracking a large meteor called 2009 KF1, and current trajectory analysis projects a decent chance that the comet could collide with our poor planet on May 6, 2021. Number 3 is biblical famine. The takeaway message from many of the above predictions seems to be that we are heading towards the end of days. Nostradamus predicted that along with these many trials and tribulations we can expect famine on a biblical scale, and the Bible itself, in the book of Revelation, claims the same. We have already been visited by pestilence, after all, so the next horseman due is famine. It is easy to laugh off these apocalyptic predictions. They even made many times before, after all, and that is sure to continue. But, as we see the devastating effects of climate change on global food production and the ever-growing reports of pandemic-related supply chain disruptions and shortages, you would be forgiven if this laughter is of the nervous, uncertain variety, and, as the shelves in the grocery stores grow ever emptier, the laughter may well soon cease altogether. Number 2 is Return of the Messiah. So, it seems the world is set to end in 2021. If you would not take Nostradamus' word for it, fear not. An unlikely collaboration between mathematicians and biblical scholars bears out this dire forecast. Richard Shaw documentary film, The Torah Code's End to Darkness popularized the Da Vinci Code-like idea of finding hidden signs and symbols in ancient texts. And one interpretation of the apparent prophecy hidden within the writings of the Old Testament is that 2021 will see the coming of the Jewish Messiah. Rabbi Gail Zerson has taken this idea and run with it, becoming somewhat of a minor YouTube celebrity in the process. He claims that the end of days began in 2016 and will culminate in 2021 with the second coming of Christ. This would be good news if it didn't mean the end of the world as we know it, but, then again, anything would be preferable to the final entry on this list. Number 1 is zombie apocalypse. Oh yes, Just in case you thought 2021 could not get any worse, we have zombies to worry about as well. If one interpretation of a certain quatrain in Nostradamus' prophetic writing comes to pass, then we are soon going to find ourselves living out an episode of The Walking Dead. While the text merely references dead young people in the end of the world and can be read in several ways, there are those who take it literally and believe the Frenchman was warning us of a biological weapon that would turn the majority of the human race into the living dead. Popular fiction of late has so inundated us with depictions of the scenario that it perhaps not too surprising that we leap so readily to this conclusion. Fortunately, should a zombie outbreak occur, we have some technological support. The Survival Manual mobile app is a great tool for staying alive in difficult situations and, according to the Irish Times, the advice it offers would be well suited to safely navigating an undead invasion. So, we can scoff at Nostradamus' prediction, but it might be prudent to download the app at the same time, just in case. If you want to watch more valuable videos like this, subscribe to our channel right now. Remember, click the bell icon next to the subscribe button and get the notification as soon as we post a video. We'll see you again. Have a nice day. Be careful.